जी हाँ, कार्यक्रम में एक कार्यक्रम की बात जिसका आयोजन होने वाला है 9 सितंबर को।
Shanti Kunj is a place of pilgrimage for millions of spiritual devotees. It is situated at the foothills of the Himalayas and in the vicinity of Holy Ganga, at a distance of 6 kilometers from Haridwar railway station.
We are fortunate that there is an organization which is organizing a special yagya for world peace on 9th September, that is Gayatri Parivar of Long Island.
This ashram is a vibrant powerhouse of spiritual energy due to penance and austerity of Yuga Rishi Pandit Sri Ram Sharma Acharya and Mata Bhagwati Devi Sharma. Hundreds of devotees perform Gayatri Yagya daily in the 27 Kundi Yagyashala of the ashram.
And I have the pleasure of the presence of Praveen Kapadia ji, Purnima ji and Pragya ji. As I welcome all of you, Pragya ji, recollect with you when we say yagya, many of us take different meaning from it. और हम ऐसा भी सुनते आए हैं कि सारे जीवन को यज्ञ बनाया जाए, पर यज्ञ का एक स्वरूप है जिस तरह से 108 कुंडीय यज्ञ हो रहा है. आप बताएं, अगर एक छोटा बच्चा आपसे पूछता है कि यज्ञ का क्या अर्थ है, then how you explain what is yajna?
I would explain that everything in nature is doing constant yajna. The trees, they're not keeping anything for themselves. They make the fruits, they give you the wood, they give you shelter, they give you shade. So trees performing yajna. Even the sun, if there's no sun, we wouldn't be existing. You know, sun doesn't say I'm taking a day off. He's doing yajna constantly, every day in and out. Even if you look at the water cycle, it's doing yajna. Without rain, we wouldn't be able to exist here. So these are the ways, you know, we try to teach the children that in our life, yajna is very important. Yajna means we have to give back to the society. The society is feeding us, it's giving us shelter, it's giving us education, it's giving us every need that we have. And we have to reciprocate that feeling. And we have to, whatever way, it's not necessary to always donate money. We have to donate time, you have to donate resources, your talent. We have many young students with such great talent, they could help the younger children. So this way they are also performing yajna. So yajna is a way of life. It should become a way of life.
Yajna is a way of life, and this way of life is demonstrated day in and day out by Divakara. As she mentioned, sun is performing yajna. That's beautiful way of putting it, and there is beauty in the way we understand and look at life, and that beauty has been given to us by our sages and seers. I recollect Praveen ji in Bhagavad Gita also, Lord Krishna says that there are 3 types of karmas that one should never stop doing, and they are yajna, tap, oh, there is one more, dan probably.
Yeah.
So you again reinvent yourself through yajna. Now, you reinvented a way of life for you, Praveen ji, in America by becoming an active part of Gayatri Parivar. Tell me, what is it that has prompted you in taking up this Gayatri Gyan Kendra of Long Island School as sort of a full-time mission for you?
करीब 15-20 years पहले हम लोग सत्संग करते थे, and we were just meeting for the satsang every day, and all of a sudden we thought that something we should do for our children, because in here the children are having Western culture as well as Eastern cultures, and they are a little confused about the, you know, what to do and what to follow and what not to follow. And sometimes, you know, parents are not able to explain reality, what kind of, you know, the rituals, what they are doing, what is the reason behind it. So all kind of difficulties were there. So we understood that we should start something, a school, which teach them the, you know, the what we are doing, our Rishi cultures, what we have, and we can give them knowledge about it, true knowledge. So they have clear mind in the future, and they can explain in future generations about, you know, what should be the, you know, the correct meaning of these, all the rituals and all these, you know, what Rishi cultures has given to us, you know.
Most of the time, husband and wife have a sort of tug of war in terms of where one is investing one's time. So in your case, he has been so active with Gayatri Gyan Kendra, and I believe your son also teaches yoga there.
Yes.
What has been your role in balancing out the time constraints?
Our Gurudev, our Gayatri mission, it says, he told us to give two things for the society, Anshadan and Samaydan. This is the Samaydan we are doing for him. And this is a charitable work that we are doing on a non-profit basis. And we all work as volunteers for the Parivar. And all the teachers we have in our school, we are all mothers, and the mothers helping their kids. And it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. When we all get together, we teach our kids, and that's how they learn.
Briefly tell me what classes you have in terms of subjects, etc., and any fun moment from Gayatri Gyan Kendra that you can recollect with us.
We have 3 classes. First, we have prayer and yoga in the morning, the beginning of the class. Then we have Hindi and Gujarati classes accordingly. And then we have culture classes. And we have 6 groups of culture classes. And lots of kids, they come to the class and they are so happy. Some kids, they even say, Mom, why can't we go every weekend? But we have classes only twice a month. And that's why we are looking, to grow more and more, better and better with our kids, so we can do more for them. And they really love it because we do a lot of festivals for them. We do every festival we can think about with them, and they really like it, and they look forward to it.
One thing that we have read at many places, a quotation is that there is no stupid question. There could be only stupid answers. Now, when kids are around and if you encourage them to ask questions, it could be really difficult to actually do justice to their inquisitiveness. And Pragya, you have been working with kids for such a long time. Tell me any question where you felt how to respond to him or her.
So one time we were doing the, Om, how did it originate? And we were just saying that there was a sound that was heard by Vishwamitra in his Samadhi. So the kids are asking, how can there be sound? Because in the space, there is no air. The sound can't travel. I'm like, you are absolutely right. Now I have to go back and research this and then give you the answer. Many a times where you feel that, you need a support system to go to. And I totally tell them, we are explorers together in this. Whatever we know, we are passing on to you. But now it's your job also to research it on your own too. And I teach the oldest group, and they come up with amazing questions that really shake you up, because sometimes you don't know the answers. And it's okay, I tell them that we can read many books, many other religions. Everybody's teaching you the right thing, to find the right answer. And I said, this is the way. If you find the answer, please let me know.
This small mantra is not just a simple compilation of syllables. Rather, it unfolds the complete knowledge of all the Vedas, the mysteries of nature, and the deeper depths of life. As the blueprint of the Grand Banyan tree lies in its tiny seed, the gigantic knowledge of the 4 Vedas is immanent in the Gayatri Mantra.
When you decide that there should be something like a big program wherein there is 108 Kundiya Yagya, it appears like something which is going to be very, very demanding, and whether it is the right decision or it will take away a lot of my energy and I'll be left with a lot of tension in mobilizing people, bringing them here. So what was it that led you to decide to organize it?
Okay. Since we are teaching them the Rishi culture, so one of the Rishi culture is the Yagya. And we thought that we should do the Yagya, like a 51 Kundi. First we decided 51 Kundi, so all the children can sit in that Yagya and do practically all the performances of the Yagya. And then later on in the 2 or 3 classes, we can explain them what is the philosophy and science behind the Yagya. So that was our purpose behind starting this 51. Then we thought that, 51 Kundi we are doing Yagya and we are spending a lot of money for this cause, why can't we invite other peoples, by doing 108 Kundis? So So if they come, they come to know about our school also, that this wonderful school is running in this in the middle of the Long Island. And the purpose is that, and that's why we decided 108 Kundi Yagna. Of course, we are spending money on that, but we see the fruit from our children that they are going to perform physically. And I think in the history of in US, I am seeing the first time all the children of a school are sitting in the yagna. And normally I see all the adults sitting in the yagna and children are playing around in the ground or somewhere, And this will be the unique occasion, according to me, that all children will participate. They will learn something out of it, the rituals and all, and then we'll explain them the right things, in the class,
So as Praveen Bhai was explaining details about this 108 Gayatri Kundi, 108 Kundiya Gayatri Yagya, you are seeing all the details here as you see right now. So if you want to be a part of it, you can of course call them, find out more details.
The foundational elements of this ideal culture emerge from Gayatri and Yagna, the eternal source of ultimate knowledge and virtuous actions.
And we'll continue our conversation about Gayatri Parivar, about Gayatri Mantra, about our culture, and of course about this 108 Kundiya Gayatri Yagya that is happening on 9th September, right after this short break. Welcome back. I'm talking to Praveen ji, Purnima ji and Pragya ji about Gayatri Parivar, about the upcoming Gayatri Yagya that involves 108 kunds. Now what is kund? What is it that you offer while you perform Yagya? Let's find out and request Pragya ji to throw some light on this.
Yagya is not just physical aspect of it. You're not just performing a ritual. There is a scientific reason behind that, and that our Gurudev has started Brahmavarchas many years ago in Shantikunj, where they research everything. You don't believe everything you're hearing. That's what he says. And based on, inspired by him, we felt that we should teach our children the true meaning and what is the scientific reason behind doing Yagya. I mean, performance everybody can do. You do prayers, but you don't know why you're doing prayers. But try it out. I teach the children that try it out. Do it for 10 days, 15 days, and see what the results are in your thinking. Just like that Yagya, when you do Yagya, there is so many PhDs that are being done on the effects of Yagya, and they have proved that, let's say if you take the air sample of the place, and then you perform the Yagya, and after that you take the air sample, they found that the bacteria were gone, and they found that there were so many positive neons in there. So science has proven that Yagya is not just giving you spiritual benefit, but also environmentally, it's an amazing benefit. And even in Japan, when they had the earthquake, and they had requested Shantikunj to send them the Yagya because they found out that that's the only thing that could save them from nuclear explosion, nuclear effect. So Yagya, we want to teach the children is that it's not just, spiritual, and our rishis said that, but we can find it for ourselves. What are the benefits for ourselves, our thinking, and the environment?
Wonderful. Now there is another side of Yagya when you are seated. It helps you in focusing your mind. There is this chanting, wonderful chanting that is going on. Now, Purnima ji, tell me your first exposure to being a part of Yagya. I believe you came to know more about Gayatri Parivar after coming to America.
Yeah, after coming to America in 1984, we used to visit our relative, and he was a part of Northeast Parivar. So we used to visit him, and one day he said, come over to my house, we're having a Yagya. And that's how we performed Yagya for first time, and it was an amazing thing that we did.
The foundational elements of this ideal culture emerge from Gayatri and Yagna, the eternal source of ultimate knowledge and virtuous actions.
And after that, we decided, let's join the Parivar and let's help out and let's do the work for the betterment of the society. That's how we got into it.
The configuration of specific sonic waves in the 24 letters of this mantra generates a unique flow of the sublime currents of conscious force. The rhythmic flux of eternal impulse indwelling in it vibrates the hidden folds of inner powers and the otherwise dormant centers of extrasensory potentials. Regular and disciplined sadhana of Gayatri generates a supernatural energy flow in the sadhaka. This sublime impetus creates an aura of divine radiance and protection around the sadhaka.
Professor Tripathi is going to come from the Santi Kunj to perform this yajna.
No, mainly you are involving kids, so someone who is not a part of Gayatri Parivar, and parents are watching you right now, maybe they want to join or they want their kids to be a part of this 108 Kundiya Mahayagya. Are you open for that?
Oh yeah, we have open for the general public, they can come, and we are expecting more than 700 to 800, close to the 1,000 people, from the Long Island, because this is the first time we are doing in Long Island. And there are a lot of people believing in Gayatri Mantra, Gayatri Parivar, and they didn't have any opportunity before, because they had to go to the New Jersey for attending any kind of yajna in our Chetna Center. But now we have here, so they can participate in that.
The meaning of yajna is not confined merely to herbal sacrifices in the sacred fire. Rather, it encompasses virtuous actions inspired by altruistic objectives. The ecological balance is a natural yajna. The philosophy of yajna is inherent in the harmony of nature around us. Clouds are formed by vaporization of the seawater and come down as drizzles of rainwater, which flowing through the rivers goes along fulfilling the thirst of soil, plants, trees, and all beings, and reaches back in the sea. This is a cycle of yajna.
Pragya, what is it that you feel is going to be very special on that day? There will be many people who have their apprehensions in terms of the way rituals are performed, and many people just sort of shy away from wherever there is a ritual. They say, God is everywhere and I have no business doing something extra visible in such form to please God, because wherever I am, I'm connected with God, etc. So how do you respond to that sort of argument?
I would respond, just sharing a little bit of experience from my life. When I first joined the yajna, there was such a tremendous energy I felt. I felt compelled to think about what my lifestyle was. And I said, my goodness, I need to make changes in my life. Because these yajnas are very special. They are not just yajnas that are performed without explanation. That's what I love the most. And for our students, we're going to have explanations for different things that we are performing in English, so the kids can understand it. Because sometimes, we tell the children to touch their parents' feet and all these things, but they really don't know why. So we are also going to give them the why part of the yajna, so they can understand it. And the other thing I would say is, when you are sitting in the yajna, after the yajna, the ahutis that are given in it, the special herbs that are given from Himalayan mountains, just the aroma of it, it just makes you feel amazingly wonderful and very sattvic, sort of. And you feel that, oh my goodness, there's more to life than just what the life I've been living. So that I have experienced for myself, and that's how I full-heartedly joined it and dived into it.
Purnimaji, tell me, have you come across anyone who you felt was transformed, or his habit or her habit pattern was changed either by chanting Gayatri or by participating in yajna?
Yeah, we also perform yajna in house to house, wherever we are invited. And after being in this parivar, I have seen lot of changes. Especially, I've seen change in Pragnamin's husband. First time we went, and Himanshu Bhai, oh my goodness, I picture him the first time, and now I picture him. He is a complete, total change I see in him, and that's what I feel so good about it. And I think he is such a wonderful person.
The process of yajna is the core or the nucleus of the continuous cyclical activity in the world and the cosmos. In the Agnihotra form of yajna, healthy substances bestowed by nature are sacrificed with chanting of specific mantras for the purification of the environment.
Once again, from your side, something in particular that you would like to say about having chosen 9th September as the date for this yajna?
Yes, we are doing some peace walk also, and because it is very close to the September 11, 9/11, and especially in the St. Anthony High Schools, they have a monument for the 9/11. They have brought from the Twin Towers. So we are going to do the prayer there and for the peace, world peace, and thereafter with the children's and the brother of the principals of the St. Anthony High School, Brother Gary, is also going to join us in that prayer. And after that, we'll be having a exhibition on Gurudev's life, 3D exhibition, plus we will be having Gayatri Mantra's meaning, philosophy and science behind it, and the same way the yajna, philosophy and science behind it, and what is the mission, the Gayatri Parivar mission is there, which is a Yug Nirman, you know, the reconstruction of the new era. That's our Gurudev has given when we change ourselves, world will be changed. Hum badlenge, yug badalega. So that is the message we have wanted to convey through this yajna. And when we change ourselves, it's definitely going to bring the peace in the world.
The intrinsic feeling of idam na mama is selflessness, or this is not mine. The reflection of this sentiment in deeds is the true adaptation of the meaning of yajna in life. When we regard the skills, powers and resources as divine benevolence, we are inspired to dedicate them for ideal altruistic purposes. On the contrary, when we claim egoistic possession, we drain them in selfish, insidious acts. The powers of the intellect to commit fraud and treachery, might and courage to spread terror, and wealth for self-gratification. Neglect of the disciplines of yajna in our lives today is driving us towards a disastrous end. It is time we oriented our talents and resources as per the philosophy of yajna. This righteous conduct would arouse godliness in every heart and lead to prosperity and peace on earth.
Wonderful. When we are willing to change ourselves, it's going to change the world, and all that we want is a better world. And in order for us to realize this objective, we need to connect ourselves with that which is uplifting, and not only connect ourselves with that, but also help our children, expose them to that which brings about positive transformation and helps in building habits which keeps them healthy and happy both. So I'm really happy that Pragya ji, Purnima ji and Praveen bhai came, and
thank you for inviting us.
Yes, thank you for inviting us.
With lots of good wishes, and of course it's an opportunity for us to experience how yajna collectively is performed in such a traditional way, with understanding of the scientific backdrop of all that is taking place in front of us. Thanking them and thanking all of you for being with us. This is Ashok Vyas.
Thank you.